Hi everyone. So today we are going to discuss how you can make a cover letter. You might be wondering what exactly is a cover letter. So was I a few months back. This guy here told me what is a cover letter. Let's understand from him what is a cover letter. Anirudh, can you please explain us?
Sure, Abhijit. So a cover letter is basically more of an introduction, a personalized introduction, if I can say, about yourself to the recruiter that you know the company you want to apply to show them that you're probably willing to go the extra mile and tell them how interested you are in that particular company, right? And there are two aspects here. One is something that you want to highlight over and above your resume, that you want to stand out. And second item is something where you've already mentioned something, but you want to emphasize it even more because you feel that that particular item can help you make or break the interview. So these are more of personalized letters about yourself to the recruiter, telling them that hey, I'm really interested in your company. So please take notice of my resume based on my cover letter. So it's more of an introduction per se.
Okay, understood. So there can be a cases where there are a lot of applications to a particular job, and there can be a case that they won't even open your CV. So if you give a cover letter, there are higher chances that they might open your CV if they like your cover letter. And cover letter is not like a very big which will consume a lot of time. So so this would actually set you apart of if there are a lot of applications and if that company has a lot of applications and they are confused ki whom should they take, and there are like a time constraint in it. The cover letter might be a luck in your favor and might set you apart from the other applications. Am I right?
Yeah, I definitely agree because I mean, let's assume that a company gets 100 to 200 applications, right? And one filtering criteria for them is a good cover letter because let's say there are 50 applications without cover letters and there are 10 with cover letters, right? People are probably going to make an effort to read the cover letter because you as an individual have made an extra effort to probably, trying to get a job in that company. And recruiters definitely appreciate that. If you are willing to go take that extra step, right, then why will you not take that extra step while working for that company? That is a
Understood.
simple ideology that recruiters also go with. So yes, to probably answer your question, having a cover letter does increase your chances of being shortlisted at least.
Got it. Got it. Or like your CV being read at least.
Or
that
your
gives
CV being read at least, because
that
otherwise
that gives.
people's CVs get discarded if probably because there are too many applications and no cover letter, then no one even goes through your CV.
But it's
So
it's very rude. Like, hi XXX, please find attached my CV.
I
Why
mean,
would
doesn't
why would anyone read that? Like,
Exactly, because no one wants to. I mean, you have to put an effort to, probably make a recruiter understand that you're interested in the company, right? And if you are just probably going to send them a cold email saying, and sometimes people don't even personalize it, they just say, "Dear sir, ma'am," and that is one of the, probably the worst things that any recruiter can have because they want to know that you're genuinely interested in their company. And a perfect way to do that is through a cover letter.
correct, correct. So let's start with it. How like generally how many how many lines or how many paragraphs are there in a cover letter? How do you differentiate it, or are there any parts like this is the part one, just about your name, or like how would you describe a cover letter and how would you break it into parts? Can we
Sure.
can we get into that?
Sure, definitely. So the first thing is definitely understanding the person to whom this is being addressed to, right? You obviously, a cover letter has to be personalized in the sense that you should know the name of the recruiter or the HR involved in this, and also the name of the company that you're obviously applying to. So every cover letter, let's say you're applying to company X, the same cover letter cannot go to company Y. Even if they're very, very similar companies in the same field, you literally cannot send in the same cover letter because the name of the person has to change, the person who you're addressing it to, right? And ideally, a cover letter can have 4 to 5 paragraphs. And the first one, like you've seen here, is hi, the person who you're probably referring to. The second or the first paragraph is an introduction paragraph where you tell them that you've been following their company for a long period of time and you're genuinely interested in probably joining their company for the role you're applying to. In this particular case, the role of an associate, right? You tell them how you've been following them and you're delighted to submit your application that way because you are a long-term admirer of the work being done. One call out here is that a lot of people might probably find this patronizing because you are probably talking up the company. But trust me when I say this, that it actually does help because the company and the recruiter want to know that you have been genuinely interested in them, right? And the second part in the first paragraph is telling them what your credentials are and why they should select you going forward. Because you have to start off with a bang. If you don't, then they probably not even going to go to the second paragraph, right? So to probably summarize here, talk about how you're interested in them and tell them about your credentials as an introduction paragraph. Moving on, in the second paragraph is when you talk about why you think you are a good fit for the role. Because essentially, a cover letter is for you to stand out amongst other people. So you want to tell them what are the different areas or experiences you have which makes you a better fit. For example, here, this cover letter is actually can be used for any application. I have sent this to consulting firms, investment banking firms, and the like, right? And my experience in the past does not change. Ultimately, all of that is what I've experienced in the last 4 or 5 years. So that can't be changed. What can change is what exactly do I want to tell a particular firm or a particular company. For example, if it's a consulting firm, here I talk about my first client facing role because I'm very much involved in meeting, greeting clients and working with them on a daily basis. If it's an investment banking firm, I talk about more about how I've done valuations or financial modeling because numbers play a bigger part in that, due diligence and the like, right? So it also depends on who you're applying it to. So here, if I talk about it, I encountered my first client facing role when I was 17 years old. 17 years is when we probably finish our 12th standard, come right out, and before we start our undergraduation. So talked about how probably in the last 4 5 years or even before that, I've been genuinely interested in going out of my comfort zone and talking and meeting to people. So one very important thing which we spoke about in the resume part of it is as well, right? Try quantifying something. When I say I've cold called and cold visited 100 plus restaurants, right? It again boils down to how I've taken initiative to go out of my comfort zone, like I mentioned. And this is something that recruiters want because they are hiring you for probably lucrative roles in their organization, and they want to know that you have done this experience in a similar role before. And it really helps when you put it out there. The third, so this is probably an part two of an introduction where you talk about your own experiences. If I can come to the third paragraph, where apart from my work experience, we talk about what I've probably done at college, in undergraduation, or at school, where apart from being an individual, you also have to talk about how you are a team member, a group leader, and have probably excelled and grown as an individual throughout undergraduation. So you can probably see how I started off at 17 years of age, my experience, then slowly went into undergraduation, which a lot of us pursue between the ages of 18 to 21, if I can say, where I probably worked as a team member, had the opportunity of leading multiple teams and events. And this shows the recruiter that you've taken, again, initiative is a very key word here, right? Because a lot of us as CA aspirants and chartered accountants today probably study, know the entire curriculum, but end up not doing a lot of different things apart from studies. So this really helps you understand how you can do something out of the ordinary and probably stand out as well. So I had the opportunity of leading teams. And again, here, if I can, I probably quantified how many individuals I've led. 300 plus individuals, according to me, is a good number for probably having a chance to lead people. If even if this is around 10 to 15 to 20 people, you still have done a great job because leading a team is no easy task. And anything of that sort, please mention it on your cover letter, right? Coming on to the fourth paragraph, also speaks about what I've done in college and one very important thing where I'm applying to. For instance, this is a cover letter that I probably sent across to a consulting firm, right? Consulting firms, again, so very similar to what is mentioned here, they solve multiple real life case studies in very high pressure situations. So pointing it out, probably putting it out there, telling them that you've been in an exact similar situation really helps them understand where you're coming from and that you want to do something that they are currently doing today. For example, let's probably take a big three consulting firm. They probably do a lot of profitability cases, market entry cases, and the like. And all of these are real life case studies about how a particular company is not being profitable and what can one do to help them become profitable. So, talking about my experience in a mock or a simulated environment right through college, where I've personally had the experience of solving such, probably similar situations and putting it out there, probably telling them that, hey, I've done this, which is why I think I can translate a mock or a simulation to a real world environment. Really helps because then they understand where you're coming from as well. And also the last paragraph that you see here in the same paragraph, the last sentence, where you want to challenge established thinking and drive transformation. This is extremely important because you want to tell them that you want to join the firm or the company, but also want to help them improve, right? Because meeting of the minds does not happen only when you are a part of the organization. It also happens when you try elevating the organization to a higher level or a higher pedestal. So try probably marrying both of these concepts, because at the end of the day, you are going into an organization and the organization will help you grow, right? Apart from this, you also talk about how the last is probably a conclusion of sorts, where you talk about how your resume or CV is attached after this, thanking them for their time as well. And if required, they can reach out to you, to probably converse further. This is probably a broad outlook on cover letters.
Anirudh, this is like, I think this is one of the best cover letter I've ever seen, and truly, it's like this was a base when I developed my cover letter. Thanks, you were a part of that, helping me make a good cover letter, and I'm very sure like there might like 90% of the people out there wouldn't actually know the importance of cover letter until they actually use it and they land a job because of it. And thanks for putting it out. You put it out very nicely. They like it gives a brief idea how they can prepare their own, or use this as a base. We'll obviously put this as a for the reference. We can put this out in the link below. So thanks, Anirudh, for telling us all the details and how to build a great cover letter. We would really love to know, like, where did this cover letter land you a job, and where did you get an offer finally? Can you please
Sure.
tell us about that?
Yeah, definitely. So, I mean, today I work at Flipkart currently as a business finance analyst, but I have received an offer from Bain and Company, and I will be taking that up. So, I'll be joining in as an associate consultant at Bain and Company in India, in the Bangalore office. So, looking forward to that, and definitely did help me. The cover letter that we see here, right, did help me land that role, because ultimately, to get shortlisted, you need to have probably a cover letter out there. So, to everyone out there watching this video, probably wondering where it helped me, it did help us convert a lot of opportunities. So I really hope the cover letter helps.
So see, he got a dream job. He got his dream job because of this cover letter. You might also get your job, your dream job because of this. Let's hope you get that. Thank you.
Thank you.